Hello viewers, my name is Samuel Chukwu Emeka. I am doing this video recording for the AETC conference that we had on the 16th day of June 2011, and I presented a topic: create your website free for beginners. Today we are going to create our website, and we shall use a free web hosting company or server. We shall do this by creating a username and password. Then we shall choose from the template, or we can design our own template. We shall also post our information, upload our pictures, documents, videos, and create web links. Then we shall publish our website on the World Wide Web. After that, we shall talk about how we can increase the traffic site. What I mean by the traffic site is the number of visitors you have to your site, and we shall talk about how we can make the website searchable in some search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, and the rest of them. Web design is a broad topic, and I will mention the vocabulary terms. Of course, as an educator, we begin with the definition of terms, but in this case I will just mention it, and if you want the definition of those terms, you can actually look it up on the website that you see right here. That is a personal web page, and under the section presentations and publications, you can click on the link AETC conference web design for beginners, and it will take you to where you can download the document. The vocabulary terms that are usually basic to web design are, of course, website, web page, web browser, World Wide Web, internet or the net, network, web server, web address, domain name, web link. Actually, we have a lot of vocabulary terms, but we have to keep moving. Like I said earlier, please check the meaning of those terms and read it. If you have questions, we will talk about that later on. So websites can be Flash websites or programmed websites. Flash websites, of course, makes it easy for you. It has a kind of drag and drop feature, and you use a pre-installed templates, or you can also design your own templates. You don't write any codes, no programming or scripting language is used. But the programmed websites, you need to be a programmer, a web programmer, and you use languages like HTML, XHTML, XML, or scripting languages like JavaScript, JScript, VBScript, and programming languages like Visual Basic, C#, Java, Python, and the rest of them. So, but today, for this video recording, we shall focus on Flash websites. Is the easiest type, and I would recommend to beginners. We have several websites that are willing to host this site for free on their servers, like educatorpages.com, sites.google.com. In that case, you will need a Google account. Webnode.com, webs.com, yola.com, bravenet.com, and so much more. But for this video recording, we shall be using webnode.com. So go ahead, and on your web browser, right here on the URL where I just clicked, you click it once and it highlights. You type in webnode.com, www.webnode.com, and of course you press enter. Brings you up to this page. Create your own website for free, and you just sign up. You type in a web address that you want. This case, I might say, in this case, I might just have it math science educator. I'm a math and chemistry educator, so I just type in math science educator.webnode.com. A green check tells you whether it's available or not. If it is not available, then you probably find another web address that you want. And for the email, it tells you your email address will be used as your login. Don't worry, we don't spam. Actually, I like this webnode.com. It's not that they paid me for advertising for them, but webnode.com is pretty cool and it's easy, and most importantly, you don't have annoying ads on your website. Most of these free web hosting companies put ads on your site, but webnode.com does not, so that is cool. And email address, I will write matt.educator@yahoo.com because that's the website I sometimes use. And then the password must have at least 6 characters. We recommend a combination of letters and numbers. Of course, password is scripted, so for security. So type in any password you want to, okay? And once you finish, you just click on sign up and launch your site. So it says here the text wasn't correctly copied into the field, so you might want to type it again. scienceeducator.webnode.com, and my password, mathscienceed. Well, I'm just using now mathscienceed.webnode.com. Let me just make it smaller, mathscienceed.webnode.com, and then type in your email address, type in your password, and click sign up to launch your site. So I write it down on my paper, mathscienceed.webnode.com. I try to write it down so that I don't forget. I've noticed the situation whereby someone will finish typing a web address and forgot the web address, just like some people forget their social security number. Okay, then the next thing is, let's go through the steps. We have step 1, choose kind of your web page. Step 2, select your design template. And step 3, select concrete pages to create. I'm gonna go rush through this. I mean, you can play with it later on, so I will just do the basics and you can kind of play with it later on. So I select a personal website. That is what I want to select, and the website name, of course, is Math Science Ed, and the slogan, I will say Mr. C's class. Mr. C's class as the slogan, and the language, of course, is English. So I hit continue. Now we move over to step 2, which is select your website template. So I look for a good template to select. I like a red background. My favorite color is red, so I kind of like a red background. I want to see if I probably will select this template. So we have about 8 templates, so I kind of select this one since it has a red background, and then I click continue. Then the step 3 now says choose pages for your website. You can actually check all of them for now, since you may need them later on, so you can check all of them for now, and then you click finish. And then the next thing says, please wait, your site is being configured. The process may take less than a minute. And there you go, Math Science Ed, Mr. C's class. I want to put my picture or a symbol on the side because I see the pictures of people I don't know right here. So I will point my mouse on the picture I want to put, and once you point your mouse on it, you see edit image. So you click on edit image, and once you click on edit image, it takes you to the image editor. So you click on the image again, and you can just click your delete button right here. You can either delete it here, or you can delete it right there. So I click, it tells you, are you sure you want to delete this object? Click OK. Alright, you now want to add an image. So you go to your left hand side, click on add image, and the images I see here does not relate to mathematics or science, or none of them has my picture. Now I want to put my picture, and I also want to put something that is interesting, that would appeal to the students. You know, as a math and chemistry educator, I want something that will appeal to my students. So look at pets. No, I teach chemistry, so I don't teach biology. I can leave that. So if I look at all these, what they have, they don't have anyone that I like. But you can use anything you like from here. So I click on upload an image, and let me find some images from my pictures folder. Now I have some images already on my pictures folder, so I'll kind of select one of them, and I like this picture a lot, so I'll select this one and click on it, and there you go. I have this image which I can actually drag, and I actually want to put another image or picture. So I go again and click on add image, upload an image, and I can see I love math here. I can put math is fun. So I see this math is fun. Want to drag and want to compress it so that it fits. Want to make it to fit, and I can actually bring it right here. I can actually add another one. So you can add, actually you can add as much images as you want to. I mean, you can add as much images as you want to. Let me put something like a vector statistics. So you can add as much images as you want to. That's up to you. The next thing, and another thing you can do is to double click on this. You know, like if I want to add a text on my picture, I'll just add text, and because my nickname is Sam Dom for Peace, I'll just type in, I will drag the text, I click on it, I type in Sam Dom for Peace. I mean, just because it's my nickname. So I'll click it, and I will kind of, if I want, I can rotate it backwards, upwards, anywhere I like, and I can just come here and put it just any way you like it, you know, any way you like it. You can add some words on the text as well, and I can actually drag this picture just anywhere I like it. Okay, you can just play with it later on. All right, the next thing is After adding our pictures, writing our names on the picture, we just save and close. Save and close is right here on the top right corner. You see revert to original, then you have save and close. You just click save and close, and take some time depending on your web browser, and there you go. You have some done for peace, mad is fun, and then you have the chart right there. So when I am done with making changes, any change I make on the website, I always want to go to the top left hand corner of my page and I click publish. You always want to publish any change you make, and then it says yeah, page published. Remember, it's always good at least to write your web address. As you publish the page, your web address comes in http mathscienceed.webnode.com. That's your published page. And you can also let your friends to know about your website. That is increasing your site traffic. So you can share it on Facebook. You can also share it on Twitter. Now it also says register your own domain. Domain, I would briefly talk about domain names at this point. Domain name means like I don't want .webnode.com. I want the domain name to be mathscienceed.com. That means it is my personalized domain name. Right as it is now, it is mathscienceed.webnode.com. So this means that webnode.com is hosting it for me free. So that is why their name is in the domain name of my website. So if you want your own personalized domain name, you can register it for, I think, I don't want to quote a price, but if you want it, you can ask me a question. We'll talk about that later on. There are some sites web that I can give you domain names. Another thing is that you can register your domain name under webnode.com for a fee. Yeah, but if you want it free, then their name will always be with yours. There are some sites, however, that can give you free hosting as well as free domain names. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. As I navigate through the site, I can change the there are several things I can do. I can change the page layout of my page. I can fill in the page properties. I can insert any image, including audio, video, images, multimedia resources, widgets, polls. If you look at all this, you can actually change the page layout. This is the default layout. You can change the page layout like this if you want to. And you see, it's now changed. But I want back restore default. If you click on restore default layout, it tells you that. And any change you make, you see, it tells you there's an icon that comes here. Your changes haven't been published. So you click on publish and it will publish it. And then you close. Yeah, it is always good to publish it once you make a change. So you can change the page layout. There are 4 layouts here which you can change. You can fill in the page properties. You can also look at the page properties right here. You can fill it in. Of course, this one is the home page. You can make a title on it. You can fill in the page properties. You can insert any image, audio, video on this site. You can upload any file you want to upload. You can insert polls, forum, widgets. I just want you to play with it. You can also insert calendar and the rest of them. So you can play with it and find out more about it. You can also upload any file that you want to upload. Like in the first page at the beginning of this video presentation, you saw how I put my lessons on my website, so it makes it easy for me. I just come to the class without anything, and I just click on my website and I get the lessons from there in order to teach my students. You can add many new pages to the home page. So let's go ahead and make a page, and we call it lessons. Let's add a page that we call lessons to the page, and this page will contain all our lessons. So we go to the home page, of course that is the left icon, and then we click edit menu. Edit menu is right here. It tells you add, delete, or change the menu pages. So when you click on edit menu, it takes us to a new window called the menu editor. We look on the top left corner and we can say new page. We can say new page, and then gives us the page name. Let's call it lessons, since we want to post all our lessons under that page. If you're teaching maybe 8th grade algebra 1, you can just say 8th grade lessons. But for now, let's just be generic, lessons. Then we save. Now it takes us back to the menu editor window, and then we click close. Now if you look at this lessons, you've added it and it says not published, so you click close. There you go. We've seen our lessons. We've added it. So now we click on this lessons icon. We click on the lessons icon that we just made, and then it brings us to a page, to a section called edit content. We click on edit content. That takes us to a new window, text and images editor. Text and images editor, and we see lessons. So we have several menus, icons, several menu icons here on top of the window, and we can use our mouse to glide over it. This means until we see, this means insert image, this means link to a file. Now, but we see insert. When we click on the insert here icon, the insert icon, we click on insert file, and then the insert file window opens up. The insert file window opens up, and then we click on upload files. Now I am going to get my file from my other website, so that is where I'm going to get my file. So let me go ahead. Since I don't have it, I will go ahead and go to my initial website. I did this website with HTML. I did it with HTML. And let me just get any lesson, pre-algebra. Click on lessons, and let me get a lesson on probability, first lesson. And also that was the PowerPoint I did on probability. And let me also get probability, second lesson. Now you make up lessons either in PowerPoint, PDF, Microsoft Word, and then you can get it and insert it on your website. I suggest that whatever you make your lessons on, let's say you do some lessons with Microsoft PowerPoint or Word, it is better to save it as a PDF. I hope you know how to save it as a PDF. If you don't know, then you ask me questions later on. But it's better always to save and publish it as a PDF. Why? Because Adobe Reader is a free software. It's a free software that anybody can download and open. Now, Microsoft Office is not a free software, so if somebody sends you a PPT file, that's the PowerPoint file, and you don't have a Microsoft Office, or even if you have a reduced functionality of the software, you probably can open the file, so it makes no use. Now, some of the computers in our schools have older versions of Microsoft Office, and I use the newer versions anyway. And when you use the newer versions and you save it as that in that format, it won't open in those older versions of Microsoft, like the 2003. Unless you save it when you're using the 2007 or the 2010 Microsoft Office, you've got to save it as a 2003 Microsoft version for it to be able to open in that Microsoft Office version. Otherwise, it won't open. You have to save it in that format, otherwise it won't open. So I always advise that just go ahead and save it as the PDF. Save as anytime you do something, you can just save as Adobe PDF, and it stays there. Like anybody can open it at any time. And I try to save it on my desktop so I can easily bring it out. So I just hit save. Now let me do what I just did. You click on this. When you click on it, you save as PDF, and it will take some time to save, but once it finishes saving, we are done. So we'll go ahead and be working on other stuff until it finishes saving. I just wanted to show you how to save it as the PDF file in case you don't know how to do that. So because of time, I will just save one lesson only, and then we will go to adding a web link. Yeah, most of the things I will be talking about, I will get some of the documents or files. I will just get it from my website. Oh, I'm using a Acrobat trial, so I'll just say continue trial. But even if you don't have Acrobat, if you have Adobe Reader already, Adobe Reader is free. You can easily save it there, and it opens anywhere because it's a free program. Okay, so the next thing, my probability in PDF is right here. This is now the thing in PDF format. So this is what I'm going to put on the website. So I'll go ahead, go to my work site. Now this is called a work site because that is where you do all your work. When we now leave this area and after publishing it, we go to our website. Now select multiple files. I don't really want, this is if you want to select multiple files, but I don't. I just click continue. I go to my desktop and I find the PDF that I just probability that I just saved as the PDF, probability1.pdf. So I click on it, and there you go. So it uploads the PDF file, and then once it's back here, I just highlight it, check it, and then I click insert, and there you go. It's lessons probability1.pdf. But I want this on another page. I just click my mouse here and I press the enter, probability1.pdf. Now when you're doing this, you just see probability1. Now that is the only thing you see. I had to this is my laptop that I'm using to do this, and I had to set it in a way that any file at all, I will know the file extension and the size of the file. So That's why you see probability1.pdf. If you're doing your own, you won't see probability1.pdf. You will just see only probability or the file name that you used to save it. You're seeing it like this because that was the way I set it, so that any file will show me the file extension and the size. I set it that way. Okay, once you finish, you just click save, and there you go for the lessons probability. And of course, it tells you here your changes haven't been published. You go ahead and publish it. That was easy though, right? And you can share with your friends on Facebook or Twitter. I mentioned that earlier. Now let's go to adding web links. Okay, let's go to adding web links. So we add a page. We can add a page, and as usual, we click on edit menu. We can always add page. Now let me talk about these ones that are here. You know, when we were designing this, we checked everything. We checked it because you can actually delete it. If you look now, the lessons we just created has been published. Let me say I want to delete some of these, right? Like events, portfolio, feedback, news. I want to delete the one news. I just check on it. I go here and I click delete. It tells me, do you really want to delete the page? I say okay. It is important that I illustrate this because some of the templates that you will select from this web node, some of the templates that you will select, you will need to delete some of the links. You will need to delete it to create space, because some of the templates there, I mean, I'm lucky this one has a lot of these links. Some of the templates have fewer links, and because they have fewer links, when you want to add a page, it tells you cannot add a new page. Like if you want to add a new link or a new page, it tells you cannot do that. So if you encounter that problem, I suggest that you go ahead and delete the ones that you have, like what I'm doing now. It's taking so much time, but that's okay. So I hope you understand what I've said so far. Okay, it's taking so much time. Yeah, because that is why I'm illustrating this, how to delete a pre-installed page. This is actually a pre-installed page, and we want to delete it because I don't think I will have need for it. Now you can also rename it. Instead of creating new page, you can also rename this pre-installed page instead of creating new one. So I guess I'll just wait for it to finish deleting. Alright, we have moved the lessons page up to About Us. You can always move it to About Us. You can move up or you move down. And we have also deleted some pages, like the guest book and the rest of them. Now, we can also rename pages. We can also add new pages. So, but let's just go ahead and add a new page. And I want to call this page Useful Websites. And I want to link it to the parent page, which is the home page. And I just want it to be a blank page. I don't want it to be an article, list, photo gallery, frequently asked question, or the rest of them. And then I click save. Okay, it tells me not published. Okay, now I can move these useful websites. I can move it to be after contact us. So I'll just have to click on the icon. I click on the arrow, and then I keep moving up. I keep moving up. Let me refresh this page. I click on it, move up, move up, move up, and until I get to where I want it after contact us. Another thing you can do is you can add sub pages. You can add sub pages. Like, let's say we want to add our team, this page under the About Us page. So what we can do is we have several ways to add sub pages. So we can click on the icon, and when we click on the icon, we click on the drop down arrow, and then instead of clicking on we have move to the top, or move up, or move down, or move to the bottom. We click move to add it as a sub page, and we want to add it as a sub page under About Us. So, and there we go, it's now under the About Us sub page. When we close this, and we can also add events calendar under About Us page. When we close this and we click on About Us, so we see that we've added events calendar, our team also under About Us page, right? And we refresh this once in a while. Okay, then let's add some information under the useful websites. So we click on the useful website, the new page we just created and moved up, and then we want to add some information right here. So we click on edit content. When we click on edit content, we want to add some information and kind of add it as a link, right? So let me go to my website and find a useful link. I'll probably find a homework help site. I click on it. Okay, this is a homework help that I encourage students to make use of. So I just copy the link, and I want to type in a homework help here, and I highlight it. I want to link it to this URL, to link that to the URL, to link it to a page. And I want to check open in a new window. Yes. So I click on insert, and this becomes the link, so that when I save this and I publish, when I save, I publish, right? And I come to useful website and I click on homework help. There you go, it opens it to a new page. So there are so many things you can do. You can all those useful links that you know about, you can always link it there. In my site that I made for the math department at my former school, I have a lot of useful web links, even to the AMT, Alabama Reading and Math Test. So that is one other thing you can do, to link to several web pages. The next thing we can do is we can post our course syllabus. We can add a new page, also post our course syllabus there. We can also add assignments there. Now let me divert a bit. Let me divert a bit and go to online tests and quizzes. So let me go ahead and edit menu. I want a new page, and let me call this online tests. I usually give this so that my students would, even if they don't come to school, they can have something to do. And this is the online test. I've created the page, I close, right? And there you go, online test. I probably would want to move it up later on, but that's fine where it is. So I click on online tests, and I'm going to show you a good site where you can set online tests. You I usually use thatquiz.org. Like when you go to my test now, QA.com is also good, QUIA.com is also good, but I started using thatquiz.org and I put it in PDF. So there are several sites anyway that you can do online tests. So you may want to just type in thatquiz.org, thatquiz.org. A lot of teachers use this. It's pretty cool, very, very cool. You can design your own tests. You can use already designed tests in a test bank. You can use the test that comes with the site. Several things you can do. I would encourage that you play with this. It's very nice, you know. And what you want to do is you can create an account, or you can log in if you have an account. So let's go ahead and create an account. I will just say Samuel here, and I don't mind saying my last name, Chukwu Emeka, although I have an account already. And then I would just put a password, and here I'll put matt.educator@yahoo.com. And I'm a teacher. Of course, these accounts are only for teachers. And you type in your stuff right here, 4730, and just create an account. So let's say you just class name, let's say Mr. C's calculus class, fifth period, right? So grade level, I might say 12th grade. First name, we don't encourage putting last name of students here. Last name is optional. So first name, and if your student has, like the first name I wrote here is Robert. If your student has two Roberts, you can say Robert 1 and Robert 2 if you want to. James, Sheila, and the rest of them. So you can add more. You can add more, and you just say save. And actually, when you come here, if I don't want to get any of the, I can get any of the tests here, or I can design my own test. So I can just say design my own test, and I want to design a multiple choice, very easy test. You can design essay, you can design true, false, or matching tests. There are several things you can do. Okay, here I will say differential calculus, power rule. Okay, have the order to be random. I don't want to make it fixed. So for instance, number 1, I will say if y is equal to 2x, find y prime. And of course the correct answer is 2. Answer B, 2x. Answer C, 0. Answer D, 4. Just simple like that. And then I'll just save. Okay, so this is pretty cool. When I finish, it will generate a test code for me. So what I need to do is, if I click on the test I just generated, differential calculus, if I click on this test right now, I've seen, and this kind of thing, it gives you some good formulas that you can use. If you want to put x to the power 5, you have to type it like this. If you want to put subscript, you type it like this. If you want to write exponents, you type it like this. So it's pretty much cool. There are several things you can do on it. You just have to play with it. So once I finish, I save it, and when I save it, I can assign it or edit it or duplicate it, but I want to assign it. When I assign it, it generates a test code for me, and the test code, I can copy the test code, EMLH. I can copy the test code right away, EMLH0525. Copy, and once you do that, you can log out, and the test code is just what you need to give to your students, and they will have access to the test. So the next thing I do, I go to my work site, and I want to put first test on differential calculus, and I will write the test code So I want to copy only this one right here and link it to that quiz.org. So I'll click on link to that quiz.org. I copy this and I link it to this, and I open it in a new window. That's another thing. And you insert it. Let's do it again. You link it, you check on open it in a new window, you save it, and I want to copy this code. I copy it again because I'll use it. Okay, please, your browser security settings don't permit the editor to automatically execute copying operations. Please use the keyboard for that. So you just do Ctrl+C, which is copy. Alright, and then you save this. When you save this, you want to give your students the test, and they will just click on it. When they click on it, it brings them to this page, and they put in the code, click enter. The code is at the bottom right corner, and the student will select James. If y is equal to 2x, find y prime. Okay, that gives me 2, and finish, and James made 100, and he'll just log out. Now, one good thing about this is that you can also, when you log in, math.educator@yahoo.com, and I have my password, and I log in. I will just go to grades right here. Under here, I see grades, and I can see that James is the only one who did it and made 100 in it. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, and I log out. So that is adding online tests. You can add online tests. You can put your assignments as well on that. So usually that is an easy way of doing that. Okay, we have talked about creating sub web pages, and I showed you an example, an easy way to do it. Under About Us, we have 2 sub pages, events calendar and our team. I'm going to show you another way to create sub pages. Let's say we want to create under let's say we add a new page. Let's go ahead and create a new page, and we call it assignments. Of course, we want it under the home page, so we save. There you go, assignments is here. And let's say we want to add sub pages under these assignments, right? So let me close this. I come to assignment, I click on the assignment, and then I click on edit content. That is the way we do it. We now click on we can add all the assignments that we want to add here. Any assignment we want to add here, maybe first assignment on integers, and we can link it to a file or a document. When we do this, we can either link to an article, an item, a file, or an image, whichever one you choose to do. Okay, but and want to save it, that's fine, we can save it now. But we want to create odd sub web pages. Sub web pages means, like, under this about us, you see 2 sub web pages. So we click on edit menu, it brings us to the menu editor, and on the left section we see all the web pages we have under the home page: about us, lessons, contact us, useful websites, feedback, blog, products, frequently asked questions, portfolio, online test, assignments. We want the web page that we want to create the sub pages. We point on it. Let's say assignment. This is what we want to point on. Then we'll see a drop down arrow, and then we'll click on new page. So let's say first assignment is the page name. The parent page is no longer the home page. As you can see, the parent page is only assignment. It's no longer home page. So once you do that, you click save, and if you click on assignment, you see first assignment right here, and then you close, so that when you click on assignment here, you see first assignment on integers. So there are actually, and we publish a page, of course. Now, so I've showed you the 2 ways by which you can create sub web pages, right? Other things is what you can play with. Other things you can actually play with it. So once we have done all this, we can go ahead and log out. Now, as you're doing this, you might see upgrade to premium. If you want to upgrade to premium membership, that means it's for a fee. Basic membership is free, but if you want to upgrade, it's free. And sometimes you might see some pop-ups that will say upgrade your membership. Forget about those, just close anything like that if you see it. I basically love this site. I know teachers like free stuff. I do. So once you finish, you can close and you can log out. So once you log out, you can, when I go to your site, cool, just type in math science ed.webnode.com, mathscienceed.webnode.com. I would type in http mathscienceed.webnode.com/. Now you have to type in the HTTP for you to see it, and there we go. This is what we've done so far. Of course, if you click assignment, you see when you click on these links, it tells you any link you click on, it tells you. When you click on lessons, you see the lessons probability. You click on useful websites, tells you the homework help. If you click on this homework help, it opens it up for you. So you kind of play with it anyway. You kind of play with it. Managing your site. Another way you can always make changes to your site if you want to. How would you do that? Just go to webnode.com, the company that hosted it for you, webnode.com, and once you go in, you sign in. Once you go in, just go ahead and log in. Instead of signing up, you just log in. You click on login, you type your email address and you type your password, and you can make changes to that. math.educator@yahoo.com. You type your password, and you can now make you now click on manage website, and from there you make changes to whatever you want to do. Something I want to point out again is it says here your profile is 20% complete. Verifying your email address is 5% complete. Add contact information. Add your website into the directory. This goes to making our website searchable. You might want to follow this. If you want to, you may. If you want it to be searchable by Google, Bing, and Yahoo, and other search engines, you can add it into the directory. Another way you can do that is by just go to Google, click on a Google directory for websites, and you can just fill in some information and add it there also. That will increase your site traffic. I mean, when you go there, let me just explain this more. You can fill up all this here, that is there, if you want to, or let me log out. Another thing you can go is you can go to google.com. If you go to google.com, for instance, and then you type in your website that you just created, http mathscienceed.webnode.com. You see, they don't know about it. They don't know. If you want to find it, you must have to type it in here on the URL here. That is when it will be recognized by the World Wide Web. But Google doesn't know about it. So if you want Google to know about it, you have to register it on the Webnode directory. Then you go to Google site, Yahoo site, and Bing site, and also register it there. There are several other ways to make it searchable or to increase the site traffic. So it's very easy to do. You just do that. Now, what is the benefit of having your own website? Number one, you want to accommodate all learners, no child left behind. You can add a lot of multimedia resources to reach everyone. Another thing is that it saves you the stress of giving a lot of makeup work per student basis. Student might be suspended, might miss school for some reason or the other, might be sick, but they still need to learn wherever they are. But all they need to do is to go to the library and get in your site and begin to do the work. You can place all your information there, your video, your recording, your lessons, everything there on your site. My course syllabus is there, so students can say, "Oh, you didn't give us course syllabus or this." They will not deny it. Another thing is that you can add a lot of web links, useful web links, to engage the students and improve their performance. You don't need to go to Google all the time to look for web addresses, or to go to Bing to look for web addresses. You just link all those web addresses to your site. So I hope you've enjoyed this so far. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, please go ahead and make it on the YouTube page, on my YouTube page, or you can email me, or you can call me, anyone you have to do. All right, thank you for listening, and you have a good day. Bye. Thank you, viewers. We have come to the end of this presentation. If you have further questions, comments, and suggestions, please feel free to make your comments or ask your questions on the YouTube page. You can also email me the questions that you find in the handout, or you can call me. Thank you so much once again, educators, and let's keep doing the good work that we are doing in making sure that every child is educated. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.